Hello, folks. Ted Bear here, also known as Coach Ted. Hey, did you miss me? Yeah, this is my first Facebook Live video this week. You know, I kept saying, oh, I got to do one, and then I'd get caught up in other stuff. If you've got ADHD, I think you probably know what that's like, right? Have all these great intentions to do something, maybe even write it down on your list, and then well, you're off and running and doing something else, and day's gone. And he said, what happened? I didn't do my Facebook Live video today. I'll do it tomorrow. Yeah, and then tomorrow comes and oh my gosh, same thing happens. So here I am. It's Thursday. It's good to be here. So the question I want to address today is a really big one. Does not have simple solutions. How can I be successful in my job, or how can I be successful at work? Many challenges for those of us with ADHD at work, whether we work for somebody else or we work for ourselves. It's challenging, right? Our lives are challenging, and that doesn't mean we can't be successful at what we do. Doesn't mean we can't enjoy our life. Absolutely not. So let me tell you a story about a client and her experience in her work, and there's a lesson in this. So we'll call her Georgia, and she was a salesperson. She had her own company. She sold products that had to do with healthcare. I think the hospitals and medical practices. I didn't quite understand what it was that she sold, actually. So she had her own company, just her, and she had an administrative assistant. She did the selling. The administrative assistant did all the other stuff. She was really well organized, detail-oriented. She took care of all the administration. So she wasn't my client yet, but that time she just focused on selling, and she was very successful because she was a really good salesperson. People with ADHD make really good salespeople because we're really good with people, and we're good at taking risk, and to be good at sales sometimes involves taking risks. So she was happy, doing very well, and for whatever reason, I don't know, she decided to sell her company. Maybe she's doing well, she got a good offer, so she decides to sell her company. So, but she continues doing what she's doing. She's selling, she still has her administrative assistant who's taking care of all the administration. Things are good. That company gets sold. Now things start to change. She loses her administrative assistant. Now she's on her own, and this company has all these requirements for their salespeople in terms of record keeping and projections and spreadsheets of various kinds to fill out and to keep track of things. And she was going crazy. That's when she got in touch with me. That's when she became my client, because she didn't know how to deal with all this stuff, and she wanted help. So I did my best to help her get herself organized, but it was just beyond her. It wasn't what she was good at, and it was driving her crazy. And basically my suggestions to her were, do one of two things. One, go to your boss and tell him, oh, hey, Aki, nice to see you. Thanks for watching. So hope you're doing well. So I said, go to your boss and tell him, look, spend $40,000, get me a really good administrative assistant, and I'll quadruple that in sales if I don't have to deal with all this stuff. Well, for whatever reason, she was reluctant to do that. Then you need to think about getting another job or doing something else, because this is not good for you. And it wasn't. And the weird thing was, she was being successful. She was being, hey, Aki, she was their top salesperson, but it was driving her nuts. She wasn't happy. So anyway, she ran into some financial difficulties. She had to stop coaching, unfortunately. But I checked in with her later on and found out that, yes, she eventually did leave that company. She started her own company again. She was selling. She had 6 people working for her. She was still in startup phase, so she hadn't yet gotten her own administrative assistant, but she was so much happier because she didn't have to handle all that administrative stuff. She could sell, she could generate ideas, supervise her staff, and, start building this new company. So what's the lesson here for you and for all of us? Big lesson is do what you love to do and do what you're good at. And if your job is not about that, then you need to think about finding something else. If you're stuck in a job where you're doing things that you're not interested in, aren't fun for you, you're not good at, then you need to either find sources